So my next question is like in the paper 2, the polity governance, there is a section which is Indian diaspora. Generally, student overlook that area. So from where did you prepare and what is the utility of that area? I mean, every year you have seen that UPSC is asking questions related to Indian diaspora.
See, I did not cover any coaching institutions or any coachings or institutions notes for this subject. What you can do is that you should follow the paper religiously. Enough articles come around the year about the diaspora, especially regarding the H-1B visa issue or contribution about the diaspora or their role in the soft power of India, or pressure groups that are active in other countries in which Indian diaspora is an active member of. So you can do those things. Secondly, if you want to collect specific examples of how Indian people or people of Indian origin are doing well as part of Indian diaspora, that you can do. You can make a list of examples of people contributing to various sectors, and that can be sprinkled over the answers to create an objective impact rather than your answer looking subjective. Other than that, I don't think anything else is necessary, because the question will be so varied that you might not be able to cover it in your preparation, and the cost benefit is not that favorable.
Yeah, I think cost benefit analysis should be done prior to doing anything in life. And another question one student asked about the IR portion, the international relationship. These days we are seeing a lot of trouble and in India's neighborhood. So a student has asked, sir, whether using maps while addressing those questions will leverage you better marks, or just writing content will suffice? What is your opinion on this?
See, I would like to cover this answer in a little bit holistic manner. Every new aspirant who starts, let's assume that you're not a PSIR candidate. Every new aspirant who starts faces trouble with IR portion because there's a lot of background to our relations with every country, and you're not able to understand it through editorials. So what I would advise them to do is go through Mr. Rajiv Sikri's book once. That will give you a background of things, and if you are having trouble recollecting those, you can revise specific chapters. So that will help you understand what is going in the newspaper, and read the newspaper religiously entirely all throughout the year. That will help you immensely for IR. So I personally do not subscribe to the idea of relying on coaching's notes and reading the monthly summary every month so that you are able to save time. I don't understand that. I have a different strategy, with due respect to every topper who has done that. Secondly, sir, about the diagrams, my rule of thumb is that the least amount of time an examiner will require to check your copy, the least amount of frustration that you will generate for him or her, the more marks you will get. So if you are able to add value through your diagrams, if you are able to illustrate your point better through your diagrams, then by all means, please go ahead. Another thing that many selected candidates have done is that suppose you have less content in an answer, then go for a bigger diagram. People do that. And it is not something that is very common or you should be doing in every answer, because that way your quality will reduce. But if you are not able to have enough content for something, then you can use it as a filler. That has been done and it works.
I think you ultimately have to make the life of an examiner easier. By putting everything correct in your copy beat,
yes,
your answer.
So he or she is checking 20 to 25 copies per day, and they are going through same answers, almost similar points, and then it is human nature to get bored. And if your presentation is poor, if your writing is bad, then you can say theoretically that, oh no, my content is good, I should be given marks, but they are also humans. So you should make the life easier for them.
So how do you prepare? It is a student's question, especially science and technology area of paper 3.
Yeah. So there are two types of things that you need to cover. First of all, you might be at the outset overwhelmed by the diversity of things that are being asked in the science and technology section. But if you look closely, it is not that wide. I mean, okay, robotics, biotechnology, nanotechnology, these things will occur, and space science. This will occur time and again in prelims, and also about the defense, the new missiles that have been tested by various countries. This will occur frequently. So you know these areas. These areas might be wide in themselves, but UPSC is restricting itself to these areas only. Other than that, there might be stray questions regarding science and technology. Like there was a question on Bose-Einstein statistics. That was completely unexpected for everybody. And that is not something that you should be expecting to know in the exam room. Those are questions that you have to write something by your own wit. If I'm being completely honest, that is what I did. In 2018, it came. So you should not go for targeting. You should not target to learn those questions as well as know those topics as well. That will be once again not favorable by cost benefit analysis. But there are certain topics that UPSC has been covering every year: biotechnology, nanotechnology, space science, defense. These are the things that you should keep an eye out for while reading the newspaper. Make notes of these, whatever new things come. And if you are not comfortable with the subject, just Google it. Spend a day if you are of the entire year. I'm not saying just before the prelims. Of the entire year, spend a day, develop fluency in that subject, develop familiarity with that subject. So next time when it comes in the newspaper, you will not be out of sync with the content that is happening. That is all that needs to be done, and that can be done for any single attempt, and that will help you in your subsequent attempts as well. But do not try to be an expert in science and technology. If such typical questions come, it is better to leave them or write something rather than going for knowing everything. That will not be favorable by cost benefit.